I wish I'd known this one thing back in the last bull market. This one thing has already allowed me to make massive gains in ICP, Render, and Solana over the last 12 months or so. By understanding that there is a very set formula by which crypto coins move through, we can guarantee that we buy at the perfect time. There's so many coins right now that are sat in the very most perfect time to be buying, and in this video I'm going to break down exactly how to find them. I'm then going to show you 4, maybe 5, if we're lucky, coins that are about to blow up. Hit this like button. Let's get into today's video. Now guys, what am I talking about? Well, I'm going to start you off with something that's going to get those juices flowing, because I know you get bombarded with crypto YouTube all the time. You're like, give me my 100x coin or I'm clicking off to go somewhere else. Well, let's have a look. This is no Sana. Now guys, don't buy it, okay? Don't buy it because it's really blown up right now. But look at it. I want to use this chart as an example of what I'm going to talk about. You will see in the last bull market, it had a good launch, but that was like terrible time to launch. January 2022, top of the bull market, smashes into a bear market, and it runs doing absolutely nothing, just kind of slowly going lower and lower and lower, all the way to suddenly this date, 16th of October, and then bang, it sort of wakes up a little bit for like 1 week or so. You can see, if we go to the daily chart, you can see there's a few days of kind of going sideways, and then suddenly it rockets towards the upside. And then it goes from this value, which was like 3 cents, to at one point being worth $7, which is like a 230x, approximately. Currently sat around 160x. And I get it. You're like, oh, well, you should have told me about this one, shouldn't you? And I'm like, yeah, guys, I wish I did. I missed it too. But if you were subscribed, you could have been like Jay Harris, who made 500k on Pangolin, which we talked about back in October. So anyway, enough tooting of my own horn. Let's get on with it. Now, that no Sana one was very important, okay? Because every crypto coin out there runs through 4 phases. It goes through accumulation, it goes through disbelief, it goes into a bull market, and then it goes into a bear market again. And you're like, well, and you're like, no, ICP is different, and Casper's different because of blah, blah, blah. And I mean, it's not really, right? Because Solana in the last bull market went up to $255, and then it went down to $8. And actually within that time, it still was doing the same stuff. In fact, it's probably doing more and a more useful token with better partnerships at $8 than it was at $255, which means that the value or the market cap of all cryptos out there, and there is no exceptions to this rule, are all basically overinflated on hot air. Hot air that comes out of influencers' mouths and whatever else. Because while most of these coins are making some money and, you know, they're doing some good things, they don't deserve to be worth hundreds of billions of dollars. Especially when it's 4 blokes sat in an office somewhere who've done a bit of clever coding to create a coin with a dog on it or whatever else, making tons of cash. So if you're not too hurt that I've upset you by being a bit mean about some of your favorite cryptos and telling you that they are basically all roughly the same, then we need to understand a few bits and pieces. Coins that do particularly well have basically a good narrative, something that kind of gets the people going and gets the people excited. You may have noticed I've talked a lot about Deepin and AI agents, which is how we caught Delysium, that's now well into its green phase, and we caught it down in the yellow phase. So narrative, semi-important, because it gets the people going, gets people excited to be able to invest in it. But almost more importantly than anything is its position on this chart. So now, you don't even need to ask whether it's a good time or a bad time, because you can plot this onto anything. Remember, we have a bull market, a bear market, an accumulation phase, and a disbelief phase. Let's play around and put some colourful shapes on the ICP chart to see if this fits. Basically, a horrific bear market, nice long accumulation phase, people still umming and ahhing whether it's a good time to get into ICP. ICP then runs into this kind of disbelief area. You could argue that maybe we're still in this disbelief, and that eventually it's going to run into its, you know, bull market phase. And then you can see that from there, then it has the opportunity to kind of go beyond previous highs. And here you can see in ICP, every time it's kind of lower down within this accumulation zone is a good opportunity to be getting into it under sort of $4 or so. It then suddenly like breaks higher. People aren't really anticipating this particular move coming in. Then we can see that we then start to run into a bull market for ICP. Now, if we know that the crypto total market cap is basically still in sort of a disbelief into a bull market phase, then we can know that a lot of coins that might not have just blown up like ICP and No Sana and others are currently moving through the disbelief zone. So we want to get in on the disbelief. And you could argue like how high we're on to disbelief, but use the sentiment of the market. Right now, I wouldn't say that ICP is in disbelief. I think it's more in this kind of euphoria phase where everyone's very much excited about it and no one's really doubting it, which is more of a bull market kind of mentality. Okay, so using this concept, let's go and look at some other ones that we might not have considered. We can see that we got Ori chain, okay, we're kind of in this accumulation zone. You would say that we are now then into a sort of a disbelief area around here where you see it's running into previous highs. People are anticipating and maybe getting out of those highs. But if we zoom out from here You know, it might have some sort of consolidation around here, who knows? But the next phase, you can see it's like a 400% back to previous highs. All looks pretty healthy for a ride chain. So while you might feel like, oh, I should have bought in back then, yeah, you probably should. But a lot of these coins are still in that disbelief phase. And a lot of these coins that are kind of waking up here are now starting to show us their hand. Because look at these structures, guys. INJ, which has been one of the top performing coins of the last 12 months or so, launched a bit earlier than Arai, okay? And basically, unlike Arai, which basically opened up into a bear market, has basically like fallen ever since. It fell all the way down. INJ is then in a similar phase, and you can kind of address where this phase is. You will see that INJ, this is kind of like the disbelief phase through here. You can see that Arai sits in this disbelief phase. And yes, INJ entered into this area for a longer time, and that's why it sort of went sideways for a lot longer. But you've got to remember where the overall sentiment of the market is right now. This disbelief phase is, you know, your last chance, if you miss the sort of smart money accumulation phase, to kind of really start to get in. Because after that, for INJ, it then went and did like 330% in just the space of like a month or two. And Arai sits within AI oracles, decent narrative, good to go. Lots of people are putting way too much emphasis on how great this project is and how great that project is. It's an important factor, but the charts you cannot neglect, because this pattern shows up over and over again, and it's so straightforward. If you're subscribed over the last year, we were looking at how Solana basically broke from a very similar pattern. Following that, we saw Render do the same. We then saw ICP do the same. We saw Avalanche do the same. And they didn't all happen at the same time, but they all followed the exact same chart pattern. Here's another one, guys. Clearpool. Clearpool, a top project within real-world assets. One of the other narratives that's looking extremely strong right now. Good VC investors, experienced team, fully doxed, blah, blah, blah. Great looking chart. Let's have a little zoom in so we can see a bit more clearly. See this kind of accumulation zone. Copy and paste the old disbelief zone around here. Remember, bull market wakes up after the disbelief zone. Market cap on this is something like 50 mil. It's pretty small. It's not hard to anticipate that it goes beyond previous highs up here around 53x. You can see that you could anticipate it going beyond previous highs. It's already a 23x and possibly beyond. Filecoin, a coin I've been featuring on here quite a lot recently. I've been featuring it down at around sort of $4, $5, $6. I've been saying I've been getting in. I keep saying it. It's now at $9.20, although it still sits just within this kind of accumulation phase. It's probably about to kind of, you would maybe argue, into kind of disbelief phase, maybe just above disbelief phase into bull market. Filecoin, like $9 something, okay, just under there. Back to all-time highs, 25x beyond. It's in deep in decentralized physical infrastructure networks, a really exciting area of the market. We've just seen Arweave blowing up. Filecoin is in the same phase of the market, looking forward to getting into the next bull market. So stop focusing so much of your attention on these coins that have already been rallying really hard. Really, all you need to do is go across to tradingview.com. You can run through like the top 100 or 200 coins. You can have a screen open with CoinMarketCap. You can go down. Some of them have already done this. You don't need to pay too much attention. Just start looking at the other ones that haven't. I know another one, Rose, okay? Look at Rose. What's Rose doing? Rose slightly further into this cycle. This is the accumulation zone down here. Let's just make it yellow so we can understand. We then have a kind of like disbelief zone where people are not really sure whether it's going to go higher. You can see it's now breaking into that kind of bull market zone up here. Bull market zone goes green. And then you can see back to all-time highs. It's still looking at like a 270%, 208%, like 3-4x. But if we are really overall market cap of crypto just exiting from this disbelief phase and entering into, let's say, the very start of the bull market, it's really, look at what happens in the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 weeks, which is like 3 or 4, maybe 5 at a push months. So over the next 3 or 4 months, lots of these coins are now entering into this phase. Some of them have already done it. And if they've already done it and you're still at this level and you don't really identify that you've had this kind of a rally, then maybe it's worth holding those coins and taking profits, you know, after the next sort of few weeks, so we start to see increases of like 1x, 2x, 3x, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then you can start to take money out. You can then move it into other coins. So you can then take money from coins that are here, okay, and then put it into coins that are still down here, okay? And then they just can rinse and repeat. So it's not about trying to find a coin that's going to do 100x or 1000x. It's about finding coins that are in disbelief phase and then taking them from the top of the bull market and moving them back into disbelief coins. Not getting attached to any coin because you think, oh, it does this and it does this and I love it. I'm a really passionate member of the community and I've locked away my tokens for 8 years because I'm going to support this project and we're going to the moon. No, guys, okay? Get that thing out your head, okay? Use this pattern And now let me just take away some of that mess, because maybe you've not done it. And just like copy this and go away and look at how you can identify this for yourself. Okay? Tons and tons of projects that are still sat in the disbelief phase. Maybe you got in on accumulation phase and you're absolutely buzzing right now. Most subscribers have been getting through this accumulation phase. It's important right now, guys. A lot of these kind of like the ones that are going to be entering into this bull market right now are some of the projects that kind of came out at the end of the last bull market. Okay, ones that were launching at the very top. Lots of projects do it. It's a terrible time to enter into crypto markets, and you see massive sell-offs because it's a new project, it's less secure, people get out of them very fast, and they basically look like they have dead coins, and then they start to wake up again. Even Doge. I don't get that excited about memes. You would say that Doge's kind of, you know, messing around in like disbelief area right now and would be likely to blow up. Hopefully that's made your life very easy. Now, if you are going to be buying different coins and selling different coins at different times, then it's essential that you do it on an exchange with extremely low fees that has access to pretty much all the different coins. And that's why I use MEXC, which is linked down below in the description. Because 0% spot fees, 0% futures fees, apart from 0.01% takes fees. These are the lowest fees across crypto, guys. If you sign up through the link below, you get up to $1,000 bonus. And this means you can basically trade for free. It has over like 4,000 different altcoins, which is absolutely crazy and unheard of anywhere else. But if you're in the US or somewhere else, you might be like, well, I can't access the platform, it won't let me. Well, then you simply need a NordVPN, link down below in the description, where you can get 4 months extra free exclusively with the House of Crypto in the link. By clicking get the deal, you can see it's like $2.90 per month after that, which allows you to use different exchanges, but ultimately it protects you by double encrypting your connection to the internet. It means that people can't spy on your wallets, can't spy on your transactions and things, and protects you while you're trading crypto. So it's an essential tool, and it's the one I use. It is the best VPN available, and I have the best deal with the House of Crypto. Also, if you're looking to do leverage trading and you don't want to mess around with KYC, know your customer, and you don't want to use VPNs, then use Bitunix, which is linked down below in the description. It's the new trading platform. I've met one of the founders in Dubai the other week. They're having 200 new coins added to their platform today. They have great liquidity provided by Binance, and it's probably one of the best places to do leverage trading anywhere in crypto. Use the link down below if you want to get an extra bonus, and if you're using that link down below and depositing and actively trading, you'll also qualify for airdrops of various coins that are coming out on that platform over the next few months. Hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, then subscribe, and I'll see you in the very next video. Bye-bye.